What is up, everyone? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, today we are not alone. We have Ash on the channel. What's up, Ash? How you doing, bro?
Scratchinator! What's up, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, doing pretty good. That reminded me of American Pie, man.
Bro, I'm just trying to bring as much cringe as possible to your video, man.
Yeah, bring it on, because I'm sure the guys will have a lot of fun. But
I'm sure.
Guys, in today's video, we actually want to talk a bit about QOL changes. Give a bit of constructive feedback. Me and Ash, we've been playing a lot of new games recently, right? We've been playing Ethereum Restart, we've been playing Dragonair, we've been playing a lot of different games that came out recently, and they are coming up with like the big guns out because they have tons of amazing QOL changes that in a way or another really makes Raid look like an old rusty engine. Kind of like that. At least that's how it feels when I'm playing some other games and I'm seeing all the QOL. I'm like, damn, I wish this would be in Raid as well, right? So that's kind of like what we want to discuss in today's video. We've done a different collab on his channel. Make sure you guys head over and check it out. But Ash, because you're the guest, bro, what would be the most important thing that you would like to see in Raid to save you some time or anything whatsoever? You know, what would you like to see?
Absolutely, man. I want to build on... there's a million things we could talk about here, but I want to build on you mentioned Ethereum and Dragonair. I'm playing a lot of Ethereum right now, and honestly, to be totally fair, I think that Raid is still quite superior to Ethereum and to frankly every other game out there, because it just has the most, and it's built a foundation, and it's built a lot of amazing things on that foundation, right? There's a lot of depth to the game. There's a lot of it's a great game in the genre. That being said, because of that age, as you said, it also it's using some old materials on that foundation, right? And the biggest thing for me in terms of day-to-day, something I enjoy every day in Ethereum is really getting the most out of the background battles, man. Like background battles, what we have right now in Raid, I guess it's cool, but it barely feels like background battles. And I know this is coming eventually, but I was surprised when I played Ethereum is not only can you do background battles all the time, right? Like you can in Raid, but I know in Raid they plan and they intend to allow you to do arena eventually while you're doing background farming and whatnot, which is super cool. I welcome that. I'm excited about it. But in Ethereum, dude, as you know, you can do any battle while you're doing background battles, which I love. What that allows you to do is farm while you're focusing on clearing content for the first time in other areas. So, for example, I could be farming Dragon for a fusion right now, which I'm doing right now in the game, but I could also be going and working on making progress on Curse City, Centranos. It makes those tedious areas feel a little bit less tedious when you know you're actually doing your tournaments, your fusions, whatever it may be in the background. So I love the idea of going in anywhere in the game, as long as it's not auto background battle, and just working on my teams, working on my roster, working on my progression, or working on my constant and consummate checklist of things I need to do in Raid, right? So really getting the most out of background battles to me would be a game changer, because you know, intuitively you think, hey, background battle's awesome, but when you experience it, you're like, dude, this is really awesome, you know?
The real deal, right? That's the real deal. I totally agree with you. I think that would be my most favorite part as well. I love the idea of being able to just go and do 10 runs in a dungeon, right? And then in the meantime, I want to go and do my faction wars, or I want to go and do my Doom Tower, or I want to go and do my clan boss, right? Or I want to do some arena fights. I think it's just such a game-changing thing to have it in a game that requires so much time and attention on daily basis, right? Because Ethereum takes quite a bit of time as well, but having that background battle system as it is a massive help. And I feel like if Plarium would bring that to Raid, it would be such a game changer that I think the people will just go crazy and start dancing in their house like they are at a freaking carnival party. You know, that's how happy people will get if they would see something like that in Raid Shadow Legends, to be honest.
I agree, man. It's one of those things that, again, like experiencing it was even better and more convenient than I thought. And to your point, Skratch, it addresses the time issue as well, right? It's convenient, it's quality of life, but it also is another and a bit like more outside the box way to address the time, you know, because obviously, yeah, sure, I'd love to see like quick battles and Doom Tower bosses and all the things that we've talked about in terms of time savers. But I'm not saying it's enough to just have a robust background battle system, but it helps out in a big way, you know?
Yeah, 100%, man. And another thing that I feel like it saves us a lot of time. And now that they've changed the old system with the silver, right? Like you said it as well. I think on your video you said what a game changer it was for your experience as a player, and I totally agree. I think they've done an amazing job with finally doing it, even though they've told us so many times that they will not do it, right? They've managed to somehow realize that, okay, it's time to drop that. It's a very old system. And I think I've made a video actually recently talking about how we should forget what we know about gearing characters in Raid because we're used to the old system. Now it's time to kind of like evolve to the part that is in Etheria Restart, is in Dragonair, where you go to a dungeon or you go to any content whatsoever and you have a team preset, you click on it and bang, your team is ready with a build that you already had before because the gear, it just swaps around. So like that, you don't have to worry about, oh my god, I need 20 million Savage sets, 20 million speed sets. Yeah. I mean,
kind of like in Siege when you lock in a team,
exactly,
all that gear on the lock stays. Yeah,
correct.
Yeah, I like that.
Of course, you won't be able to have the same gear on multiple characters at the same time while you're farming a dungeon, but at least you have the preset for it. You set that in, and then you can go to PvP. And I think this would be absolutely huge overall for the game as well. And QOL, I think is a really good thing.
I agree 100%, man.
Free
gear removal was amazing, bro. It's amazing. I'm still loving it. I'm surprised that there hasn't been a more celebratory reaction to it overall. Right? Maybe there hasn't. I'm just missing it. But like, to me, I just like, it's changed the way that I play the game in a really positive way. But we can always ask for more, bro. And for me, going along the lines of gears and builds, because when I think of gear now, I think of builds, right? I think of like gears. I think of sets more so than champions, right? And the big thing for me is I also really want them to consider adding in a two build option for masteries and blessings.
Yeah.
I can understand relics. It becomes murky because you're sharing relics amongst your champions. You're not sharing your blessings or your masteries. But one thing that is an acute pain point for me is I might need different masteries for different situations on a given champion, and I might need different blessings for different situations on a given champion. Now, Plarium has shown the propensity to go in here and help the player base now, really as the game in the genre continues to evolve. But I feel like that's the next step, right? Free gear removal is awesome, but man, paying, how much is it to switch a blessing again? 300 gems? 300 gems to switch a blessing, when a lot of champions just need 2 blessings in a different situation, a different area, PvP or PvE. So they could either make a PvE build system like they do in Etheria. There's basically an entire different build for every champion in PvE where you can customize it separately, right? So that's one way to do it. Or you could just give us like a simple toggle, right? Build 1, build 2. And sure, you still have to pay gems if you want to switch things beyond that, but you have 2 locked in set of masteries and blessings per champion. That way for Hydra, I might need a different build than an event dungeon, for example, you know? So I wish there was an option other than paying a ton of money, frankly, in gems to have that customization option.
Yeah, it's the same like in Dragonair. So in Dragonair, you have the talents. You know how much it costs you to change that? Like the equivalent of 1,000 silver in Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah,
that's it. Because you are gonna need different talents in different situations, different masteries, different blessings in different situations, and that's exactly why they're doing it. And I'm glad that you mentioned the PvP mode build type of thing, because that was my next thing on the list, and I think it's going to be so freaking important. I would understand if before they were saying no because of the silver cost and all that, but we have that off. I think the next thing in order for Raid Shadow Legends to evolve and to have a much better quality of life update, they will require to split PvP and PvE in 2 different game modes where you can turn it on or off with your builds, like they have it in Etheria Restart. They've done it after a while as well. Dragonair has it since the very beginning, and you just basically build your characters for PvP. And for PvE is like a completely different world where you build them differently. And this is very important because even though Raid is extremely dynamic and you can use some of the champions with specific builds for dungeons and you can use them in PvP, most of them, if you're trying to get the best out of both worlds, they will require specific builds for Hydra, specific build for PvP, right? So I think that would be the next thing that would take Raid to the next level in terms of quality of life. Yeah.
I agree, man. I agree. I completely agree. Like this, if they take our recommendations, and you know, very, very curious on what your audience, your viewers feel about this too. But if they take these recommendations and implement them to the game, that added, in addition to the free gear removal, I feel like we're moving in a really good direction heading into next year, you know? And we know that next year, you know, in terms of the content, we know a big update's going to drop in a couple months here, content-wise, bunch of new bosses. We know a new faction's going to be in Q1 or the first month of 2026. We know there's a lot of good things to come here in terms of content. Let's get all those quality of life updates we can to set us up for a really good year, hopefully, next year. Maybe I'm just like pie in the sky here, but I do have a bit of optimism after the free gear removal. To your point, they said they wouldn't do that, and they did it, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I'm feeling positive as well, because I know that they realized as well that not only that their competition is bringing out crazy good quality of life that really makes the game enjoyable, rather than feeling like a chore, right? But they've realized that it's an old system which creates way too much frustration, and it makes people quit, honestly, because if you have to spend 12 hours a day to play a game, it's no fun in it. No matter how much you love it, it's just not going to be any fun in it unless you literally have no life whatsoever, and which is fine, but for the majority of people,
which is fine, by the way. No offense to
no offense to nobody. I mean, everybody can do whatever they want with their time.
No,
I'm not
I
here
hear
to,
you, man. I have one like total curveball for you that I could be wrong on this one, but I wanted to leave you with one final thought, at least on my end.
Okay.
And that is looking at things from the new player perspective in comparison to all the other games in the genre. Like, I think that the whole chicken system
is old, man.
Is outdated, man. I think it's arduous, and I think it's a bad experience for new players. Like, wait, I have to level up all these champions and sacrifice them, whereas every other game there's still an ascension or a rank up mechanic, but it's just using like a ranked up material or something, you know, like, you know, and it just feels a little antiquated, I guess, to me, that you have to level up characters to sacrifice them. I know it's the way it's always been, and I don't see them changing it, but I'd like to see that maybe, because I can only imagine coming from one of these games that you don't have to do any of that stuff to rank up characters. It feels a little outdated. What about you?
Yeah, like I'm not sure about you, because you said only you've talked about new players and stuff, but I hate champion training events and tournaments.
Me too. I mean,
I don't have what to 6-star anymore. I'm just doing random champions chickens that I take them to 6 stars, then I feed them to get rid of them from my account because I don't want them there, and I hate them. Like, honestly, with passion, guys, I hate them with passion. And
you know, we had that one for the 4-star basalt recently at like 14K. Do you know what I'm talking about?
We even have one today, right now. I've just seen it today. The champion training.
I went for the 4-star. I'm like, I saw the 4-star basalt. I'm like, dude, I need that. Like, I hate these tournaments, but I'm going for it. And that was the most painstaking thing I've done in a long time in this game, going for the 4-star basalt, man. It was awful.
It is.
This one has you're right. It has another 4-star basalt, bro.
Yeah, I'm not going for it. Like, I know I need it, but I can live without it. You know, I'm not gonna go through the pain of leveling champions that I don't need, I don't have, and that's how I feel about this. But looking at other games, like Etheria has the Shadow Prince, the dupes will basically give you the max empowerment. After, they will give you a currency that you can use in the shop, right, to buy summons or other goodies. In Dragonair, they have the resonance level. Your account's level equals the champion's level. And that's not only in Dragonair. That's a system that it was in AFK Journey as well, if I remember it correctly, and in tons of different games that were very, very successful. So I don't see this being changed in Raid Shadow Legends, because it's literally the core of the game, getting tons of champions, and they're working always on getting more space, making some QOLs to feed the rares by tapping a button, and all the new changes that they've brought, and they're absolutely amazing, to summon directly into the vault, right? And they gave us 300 free slots, which is massive, but I don't think they will change it.
Same.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. What else would you like to see in Raid Shadow Legends? What do you think it will take the game to the next level? And hopefully Plarium, slowly and surely, they will realize that they do need to put some oil into the old engine to start functioning like a better one, a new one, right? But that was all for this one. Ash, was a pleasure to have you on, bro. And
pleasure's always mine, man. Thank you.
Make sure you guys check out the video we've posted there, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.